Okay, welcome again back to California Rewind. Today on our golf podcast, we have the Edison High School men's golf coach, Brendan Patch. Brendan, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. And once again, California Rewind is changing the way that high school sports is covered, and one of those ways is through covering sports that aren't normally covered. Which is golf, and fortunately for you and me, we're covering golf. I love golf, and so do you, and so does your golf team. Why don't you kind of tell me a little bit about the team, or some of the players, or how's it looking for you?
Sure. Well, we're deep into the season now. We've got about 4 weeks left till the end of it. We are in league 5-4. Okay. Had a couple tough losses lately. Just to Newport Harbor last week. They got us at Costa Mesa. But we're a strong team. Last year, we finished second in Division II, runner-up, which was a good showing for us. My top players, we are pretty young. I do have one senior who's really kind of a standout, and his name's Nico Flemer. Mm-hmm. And he's kind of our lone top 5 player who's a senior. And then we are pretty young. I've got 3 sophomores. I've got Will Crinella and Colin Crinella, 2 cousins.
Okay.
And Wyatt Skwarczynski, who's also a sophomore, and then another one of our top players is a junior, and his name's Cole Charlier.
Oh, cool. Very good. So you got some up-and-comers. You guys are going to be a force for
we should be
the next few years then.
Unfortunately, if you look around the league, a lot of other teams are in the same boat. Yeah. So.
Gotcha.
But we'll be okay for a while.
Good. So when's your next match?
We don't have any league matches this week.
Okay.
We kind of had to do a lot of juggling the first or second week of the season. We had a lot of rain, so we had to kind of reshuffle some things. And I don't know if you've talked to other coaches in the spring. The Sunset League teams, we've got 3 different spring breaks between the 7 members of the league. Mm-hmm. So we've had to do a lot of juggling in regards to when we can schedule. So our only match this week is Wednesday against Mater Dei, non-league.
Okay, and where do you guys play your matches at?
Our home course for varsity is at the Huntington Club, formerly C Club.
Yep.
And but we do play a fair amount of matches at Costa Mesa too when the schedule doesn't work for us to be able to get out at the Huntington Club.
Okay, so you play Mater Dei at Huntington Club?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah. That's fun.
That's
got to be nice for the kids to get out and play some nice courses and.
Yeah, it is.
Have at it.
And they were able to reciprocate that. They have access at Santa Ana Country Club.
Oh, good.
So
Mater Dei.
Yes.
Oh,
exactly.
Good. That's great.
Yeah.
That's glad to hear that some of the clubs around town are helping the high school teams out.
Yeah. I would love to give a shout out to the Huntington Club. They treat us really, really well. The head pro there, Brad Brummett, really treats us and Huntington Beach High School, which uses the course. They both, they treat us both really, really well as far as access and availability to the course.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys are 5-4 in league, and what does that look like? I mean, I know everybody tries to win at home, but then you got to win on the road if you want to, make some noise. And so how's your program looking?
We're okay now. Golf is kind of a strange thing in that regard. Well, we've got a number of league matches left, so we're hoping to win out. They've got some tough ones though. Definitely no cupcakes on the schedule left, but the big one will probably be against Huntington Beach High School. We share again the Huntington Club, so it's no home course advantage for everybody. We're playing the same course they are all the time.
Yeah, that's cool.
But the strange thing about golf is for playoffs, the only team that's guaranteed a spot is the league champion. After that, this year, like a lot of other sports, in order to try and fulfill that ideal of competitive equity, we're using an in-season ranking system, which is done through an app or through a website called iwannamaker.com, and then the app's the CIFSS Golf app. But they will take all the scores that schools go ahead and input into the system, use that based on course difficulty and come up with a ranking system. And so CIF then will use those rankings to go ahead and establish who makes the playoffs. So right now, out of 367 teams, give or take, in the CIF Southern section, we're ranked 18th.
367 teams.
Yeah. So we're ranked 18th But right now, Huntington Beach is ranked 10th, and Los Alamitos is ranked 6th or 8th, I believe.
And how many teams get into CIF?
It is a strange thing because it depends into which division you fall. The top 20 teams in the end of the season rankings will be in Division One, regardless of whether they're a league champion or not. After that, the divisions kind of fall a little differently. You're not exactly sure. And as a matter of fact, no teams know what division they are in yet and will not know until the last week of the season. So I'll give you, for instance, last year, which was a tough one for us at Edison, is our girls team finished, I believe it was 4th place, and they did not get in. And then Newport Harbor finished 5th, I believe, and they did not get in. However, Corona Del Mar and Fountain Valley, who finished lower, did get in, but into a lower division. And Corona Del Mar actually was able to win the Division IV CIF Girls Golf Championship this year. So it really is kind of a numbers game, and you just kind of see where the numbers fall out at the end of the season and what division you should be placed into, and hopefully there's a spot for you there.
Yeah.
So
that is interesting.
So for me, in order to kind of hopefully avoid that, is the goal is to finish in the top 20.
Yeah.
If you're in the top 20, you're guaranteed a spot.
Okay.
Division One, it's the toughest one,
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
it'll be a tough day.
I
But
would have to think, though, that like the Sunset League has got to be one of the top divisions in CIF
sure.
Southern Section, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Us, Trinity League,
Right.
are probably two of the best. And there's some good leagues elsewhere and some really good teams, but as far as 1 through 7, I think our league is the
Yeah.
toughest in the CIF Southern
Yeah,
section.
yeah. Because there's a lot of good players. Just, I mean, even off the top of my head that I know of. That, you know, I know the Crinella family a little bit, and
Right.
And some of the kids at CDM. I know their dads and see them golfing, and the kids at Harbor. My kids both went to Harbor,
Yeah.
and I know a lot of those kids. And so yeah, it's got. I know they're good players. So.
Yeah.
They've got to be. So that's exciting. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So how's the team camaraderie going? Like, what are you guys like? How is it having a bunch of younger guys as opposed to having some more seasoned veterans on the team? And what's that like?
I think the best years we've had have had that kind of blend of older and younger kids, kind of mentorship and taking people on board. But I'm glad you asked that, because I was thinking about this the other day, and I'm also a teacher at Edison and run the Model United Nations program.
Okay.
And one of the cool things about that are the bonding opportunities that the kids get from going on trips, not performing at these conferences at UC Berkeley or at Boston University or Brown University or things like that. And when I took over the golf team, I kind of would like to set up things like that where we're having experience beyond just going at the Huntington Club afternoon and playing together. So I have tried as often as possible to set up kind of travel trips, travel tournaments we're playing in. And it just so happens that over our spring break, which is next week, we're going to be playing in a tournament, 54 holes in Myrtle Beach.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
That's
it's called the
awesome.
Palmetto High School Championships, and we've played a couple times over the course of my 20-something years coaching. And so that's kind of one of the ways to bring those kids together, especially of different grades, is have these shared experiences and kind of rooming together and going out to pizza and play mini golf when we're not on the golf course.
Yeah.
So it should
That's
be a
cool.
great
That'll
time.
be a good team building opportunity for you
Yeah, we're
guys.
looking forward to it.
Yeah, well, good. That's cool. What kind of, like, how, do you play all the same course?
No, it's 3 different courses.
Okay, that's even better.
Yeah, exactly,
Awesome.
exactly. So we've done that. We've had lots of cool experiences like that. Besides that, a couple of years ago, we teamed up with Ayala High School out in Chino Hills and played in a small tournament at Bandon Dunes. We've done some things in Hawaii.
Whoa, yeah.
And
Jeez, I
so-
want to go to Edison.
Yeah, well, good. Come on. Yes, we got a couple spots to fill in. So
I don't think I could make the team.
that's neither could I, to be honest. My players are far too good.
Okay, so you have how many more league matches? You said
We've got it's a total of 12. So I'm a
you have
social studies
3
guy, not a
left.
math guy. Yeah. So
so who you have?
we've got Fountain Valley. We've got Huntington again, and who else? And CdM.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's like the powerhouses in the
Okay.
league?
It's on any given day,
Yeah, right.
as they say.
Right.
It's absolutely true in our league. But right now, the top two teams are Los Alamitos and Huntington Beach.
Okay.
Los Alamitos actually came and we were playing a three-way match, and they came in and shot 2 over as a team. Great score, and beat both us and Huntington on our home course.
Oh boy.
So they were in the lead, and then they just played their follow-up match at Old Ranch, and Huntington was able to defeat them there. So they are tied for first, and so they're kind of in the lead. We're doing well. CdM, which was going to be definitely one of the favorites starting the year, is had a tough start to the year, but they're playing better and better and better, and they just got a transfer student who came in who's one of the best players in Orange County, if not the best. His name is Matthew Hull, and he transferred from Pacifica Christian. He's already been recruited and's got a spot at UCLA. So he's a stick. He's
Yeah,
really,
boy.
really good.
Wow,
And
good.
so there's no gimmies on the schedule.
Right.
But right now, Huntington and Los Al seem to be in the lead.
Okay. All right. Well, good. I mean, I look forward to seeing what ends up happening with the rest of the season. And is there anything else that you wanted to talk about, like highlighting any of the kids or any of the rest of the team?
Yeah, I would. I mean, just, I barely got to talk about them, and this is what it's about.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been an absolute pleasure to coach these kids. Will Crinella, who's a sophomore, has really come on, is one of the best players in our league. He's been absolutely consistent. He's either shooting under par or just 1 or 2 strokes over. And just a pleasure to play with, too.
Just
And
a nice kid.
gentleman on the course. Gosh, yes.
Good. That's good to hear.
One of the best things I like to hear as a coach is how the other players and coaches are like, wow, that kid's really cool. Or we like to play with, X player. And he gets a lot of that. That said, another person that's been really exciting for me is Cole Charlier. He's a junior, was one of our top players when we had that great showing last year at CIF in Division II. And he is quite a player and really competitive. And when he's got it going, he's amazing. The other person, I mean, I'd tell you all day long about all of them, but Nico Flemer is an interesting story.
That's your senior?
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. Okay. And Nico is a big dude. He's a man already. And he was a football player and basketball player at Edison and had a kind of a pretty serious head injury. And it took him away from those sports for a while and came back, but had these kind of reoccurring concussions. And it just got to the point where he can't play those kinds of sports.
Yeah.
So it's not like he'd never touched a golf club, but he really didn't get serious about it until after his sophomore year.
Oh, boy.
And he tried out, and I was honestly probably thinking I wasn't going to take him as a junior because he hadn't played before. And had some people talk to me, thought better of it, and he's been amazing since then. And for somebody who's really only been playing now about 18 months, maybe 24, is really good.
Yeah.
And it's been a nice story to see him come back to that.
That's cool about, when you start playing even young, even though you haven't played your whole life, you can pick things up if you have some athletic ability.
Yeah.
You can pick things up, and you just got to fine tune the, short game and putting, but you can definitely move it out there and have a. It's just incredible how when somebody you can dedicate yourself to the game for a little bit of time, how quickly a kid can pick it up.
Right.
Whereas a couple of old guys like us, we needed to have a lot more experience when we were younger to be good.
Yeah, for sure. If I can talk about one other.
Go ahead.
That's
Please.
Colin Crinella.
Okay.
And Colin is great. The family is all golfers. First of all, their father works at Costa Mesa Country Club, one of our biggest, supporters in the Edison golf program, and really of junior golf all around. The local area with a lot of the feeders into the Sunset League schools, there's a junior high kind of tournament thing that kind of goes on, and he started it. And basically they run kind of events in the spring for the junior high kids and kind of gets them ready to play high school golf. So he's been big. But his son, Colin, who's the third of 3 children, his daughter, Audrey, is a senior and played golf at Edison. And his older brother, Colin's older brother, Ben, is a sophomore at University of Hawaii Hilo and just broke the school record on their golf team,
great.
shooting a 64 out on the course about a month ago, and they're amazing. And then, of course, getting back to the cousin factor, all three of the siblings on the other side, on Will's side, Will Crinella's side, all played golf too at Edison. So that's definitely in the blood. With
Wonder
the
what they're going to be doing this weekend.
Well, we just put out every year we have a Masters pool in our program, and so it's no money involved, but the winner, if a kid gets to choose their playing partner in which pairing they play in each event for the rest of the season.
Oh, that's
so it's
good.
some bragging rights
Nice,
for sure,
nice.
and a little fun at the end. So we'll see how that goes, but we'll be tuned into the Masters for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, yeah. In your Edison green.
Yeah, it's not
You need a
quite
jacket.
Augusta Green, but yeah, I'll never get one of those. Let's be honest.
No.
Yeah.
No. All right. Well, Coach, thank you so much for coming and talking about the team, and we wish you luck in the rest of the season and in the Masters pool.
Yeah.
And just thanks again for coming out, and good luck. Appreciate your time.
Appreciate it, Brad. Thanks
Okay.
for having me.
You got it.